I found out about my sister's engagement party the same way I find out about most family events now. Scrolling. A photo slipped between ads and strangers' updates. My sister in white. Balloons. A banner with their names curling slightly at the ends. My parents standing behind her, smiling in a way that looked practiced, familiar. Everyone was there. Everyone except me. I stared longer than I meant to, not because I was shocked, but because I was trying to locate the feeling. Anger didn't show up, neither did sadness. What came first was something flatter, recognition. I didn't call immediately. I told myself there might be an explanation, a scheduling mix-up, a last-minute plan. That small, foolish hope you carry even when experience says better. 2 days later, my mom called like nothing had happened. She talked about the food, the venue, how happy my sister looked. She didn't mention my absence until I did. "Oh," she said, after a pause that told me everything. "We didn't think you'd want to come." "Why wouldn't I?" I asked. Another pause. Longer this time. "You've always been the jealous one," she said carefully, as if choosing a safe word. "We didn't want you making a scene." The accusation landed softly, but it stuck. Not because it was new, but because it was familiar. This had been the family's shorthand for as long as I could remember. Any discomfort I expressed got translated into envy. Any boundary into hostility. It was easier than examining patterns. I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. I didn't list all the times I'd shown up quietly, supported from the edges, swallowed reactions to keep peace. I just said, "Then you won't mind missing my wedding too." Silence. I could almost hear her recalibrating. I hadn't raised my voice. I hadn't cried. I hadn't threatened. I'd stated something calmly, like a fact that didn't require approval. "You don't mean that," she said finally. "I do," I replied. She laughed once, uncertain. "You're being emotional?"
Maybe.
I said. "But I'm also being clear." We ended the call politely, not warmly. She didn't believe me. None of them did. In my family, boundaries had always been interpreted as moods. They assumed it would pass. It didn't. Wedding planning became something I did quietly, intentionally. I didn't ask for opinions. I didn't share dates or venues in group chats. I mailed invitation like adults do, thoughtfully addressed, carefully timed. Some went to family, some didn't. 3 weeks later, my aunt sent me a photo. An envelope, cream-colored, my handwriting. Unopened. "This came today," she wrote. "I thought your mom already got hers." My chest tightened, not with satisfaction, but with inevitability. I didn't respond right away. That evening, my phone rang. My mom was crying before she said hello. "We never got an invitation," she said. "Was there a mistake?" "No," I said gently. Another pause. This one trembled. "I thought you were just upset," she said. "I didn't think you meant like this." "I know," I said. She started explaining how excluding me from the engagement party wasn't meant to hurt me, how they were just trying to avoid drama, how she didn't realize how serious I was. She spoke quickly, like if she filled the space, she wouldn't have to sit with what had happened. I listened. That was the hardest part. "I wish you'd talk to me," she said. "I did," I replied. "When I told you it hurt." She didn't answer that. "What am I supposed to tell people?" she asked quietly. I closed my eyes. Not out of anger, out of fatigue. "You can tell them the truth," I said. "That you didn't invite me to my sister's engagement party because you assumed I'd ruin it. And I accepted that version of myself you gave me." The crying slowed, not stopped, shifted. "Are you punishing us?" she asked. "No," I said. "I'm choosing peace." She didn't like that answer. I could tell. It didn't give her a role. There was nothing to fix, no apology that would reset things instantly. We ended the call without resolution. The wedding happened without them. It wasn't dramatic. There was no empty chair moment, no speech about absence. The day was warm, uncomplicated, and filled with people who knew how to ask questions before making judgments. Sometimes boundaries don't bring closure. Sometimes they bring space. And in that space, you learn who was willing to meet you where you actually are, and who only loved the version of you that stayed quiet. I still don't know what happens next with my family. But for the first time, I'm not shrinking to find out.